Hello and welcome to another video here on the Everything Money channel, and in today's video I would like to talk to you about mental blockage. This is a concept that a lot of people experience, and also is a concept that that is been talked about lately, about pretty much if a person feels like they're not able to do a certain task because of this mental blockage concept. Pretty much it means that you are you want a certain outcome, but you're not able to you don't even know exactly how to get to that point where you want to go, and you feel like this mental blockage is something that is holding you back from actually achieving your goals. Mental blockage is actually a very, very good thing, because it means that you are right now on the path of where you actually want to go. And the reason why this is happening is because you have to understand that as a human being, once you were born until now, you pretty much learn a bunch of things. You learn things from early on, from your parents, from people you have been surrounded with, from friends, from school, and from pretty much all stages of life. And now you're at this point where you're starting to question everything. And in that process where you're questioning everything, you realize that your potential is pretty much not at its full potential. And therefore, once we become more aware of our life and our surroundings, and if we are ready to change our lives, and we're ready to get somewhere in our lives, there's going to be this mental blockage concept that is going to trigger us. And now, when you have a strong fundamental, and this is what I preach and talk about all the time, is that this strong fundamental has to be there 24/7. Because if your fundamentals are strong enough, but it doesn't mean that you are delusional or that you are arrogant or that you are hard-headed. It just means that you are incapable of getting destroyed by concepts, by human beings, by your own thoughts, because you have to be open to pretty much everything, but also be smart enough to realize that you can't change yourself the entire time. So therefore, you have to have a certain stability in your mind that is also able to get shifted if necessary, but you're not hard-headed in the sense of this is the way it is and I don't care about anything else, because that also is a scarcity mindset, which basically means that you don't allow yourself to change, and you have to be able to change and adjust and adapt to new concepts, but you don't have to lose yourself during that process. So and for that reason, it's very important that you have this fundamental really like this strong fundamental in your mind has to be developed in such a way that you acknowledge pretty much every mental blockage that comes on later on, because as time goes, all your mental blockages actually get smaller and smaller and smaller. This is like if you like clean your car, if you have if you have, for example, a car that has been filled with a whole bunch of trash, it takes time until you get your car cleaned, right? And therefore, this is pretty much the same thing. You're cleaning your brain and your mind from all the bad habits and the bad concepts that are put there, not necessarily by you, but or just pretty much regardless of by whom it was put inside of your brain. But the most important thing is really that you start to acknowledge these things and you clean them out by yourself as time goes. And the great thing about this is that the more time you spend on that, the faster actually the results come, and the faster it is for you to sustain it. Because a lot of people, once they actually come to this realization that there are so many things that are wrong, wrong from their behaviors, they get scared by this and fall back to the old routines that they used to have because they're scared. This is also pretty much just normal. However, you do need to spend time working on yourself until it's pretty much like cleaned, you know. And this is like just with pretty much everything in life. You do have to, the more time you spend on it, the faster and the easier it will be for you. So make sure that you do go through this and you do embrace the feelings, embrace the heartaches and the pain and all this stuff, because at the end of all of this, you will actually be in the life that you do want to be in. So it's very important that you go through this phase, because you will be forced to go through this phase, or you will just live in your old reality where you're going to be limited. It's just going to happen. So you do need to go through this if you want to go to the next phase in your life. And obviously, I don't really think that people from back in the day talked about this stuff, because they pretty much, if they had something bad going on, they would just like work towards it and that's it. But nowadays, people are a little bit more soft, and they are a little bit more emotional driven, and therefore they don't acknowledge these things. So yeah, I'm not really sure if that is actually true, but this is just like something that I have seen from people nowadays. Their inability to look themselves in the mirror and to say, okay, you know what, I do need to change this and that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So just realize that this is a part of the journey. You do need to go through this, but don't worry. As time goes on and as more time you spend towards it, those things won't happen to you again. You will be resistant to them, and it's just a beautiful thing to realize that you can't be influenced in a bad way anymore. So yeah, I do believe that you have to go through this phase. So keep working on yourself, keep dreaming, but also every day counts, guys. Every day is a chance for you to improve your life, and this is basically just compound interest, you know. Like, if you put in every day the work in, like, your outcome is always going to be better. Like, every day counts, guys. So you have 24 hours every single day. Use every moment that you have precisely, and watch how you will change everything in your life. The smallest things that you do in one day have a huge outcome on the future. So make sure that you do that. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and that you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.